Naruto Uzumaki outruns a goddamn train. No cap, that's not that crazy when you think about it. I mean, LeBron James could do it. And not only that, he found out that they out here kidnapping kids. Now cut into Naruto. Damn, Printer, which fight are you calling? I'm calling both fights. In an earlier scene, he was rizzing her up. He low-key just like the rest of us for real. He was just making promises he knew damn well he couldn't keep to impress the hugs. That's not that ridiculous. They cut to this nigga on all fours. Throwed it up. Told him cut the yap. Told that nigga Gaara, I don't care who stands in my way. I'ma defend the Leaf Village, even if that means I gotta kill Naruto. Oh, hell nah. This nigga talking like a villain right now.
This nigga is crazy.
1 month ago, I set out on a journey to watch every single Naruto movie so that you didn't have to. And now that I've done that, I've not only compiled my reviews of all of them, I will be ranking them at the end. So if you like the video, watch the content, subscribe, you know what to do. And anyways, let's get on to the first movie in this marathon. So the movie begins with, wait, the hell? Where's Naruto? Oh, there he is. Yeah, him, Sasuke, and Sakura are watching a movie, and the thought of them hanging out together like this regularly boggles my mind. Like, what do these three even talk about? But anyways, Naruto's in here yelling at the movie like the girl from Scary Movie, and they end up getting kicked out because it's loud ass. They outside kicking rocks and being bored when suddenly the princess from the movie shows up in real life and is running away from this armored men. Naturally, Team 7 chase after them. This nigga Sasuke always got an aura farm on some bullshit. Anyways, Sakura and Sasuke laid a straight BTA on these soldiers until Kakashi shows up and explains to Team 7 that they're working for these guys. Just a little bit of a mix-up, a little bit of a kerfuffle here. It's really just a big misunderstanding. Cut to Naruto trying to chat it up with the princess, and low-key, the Riz game is ass, Naruto. I might have to hit you on the bench, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you might have to go sit down, take some notes from Duke Dennis. His Riz is so bad, she starts running away from Naruto. Or I should say galloping on her horse. But Naruto starts hawking her shit on some prime Julio Jones type beat. And through all this conflict and the elite chase down, we find out that the actress is a spoiled brat, and that she truly hates being an actor. But Kakashi was given a mission, goddammit, he's gonna complete it. So he hits her with a Sharingan and knocks her out. She wakes up on the boat to begin filming the movie, even though the current one is still in theaters, and they don't even know the total box office profits. It's not like the movie's that expensive if Naruto's broke ass was able to get a ticket. But I digress. While filming for the movie, they get attacked by 3 ninjas from the Land of Snow, and I'm not gonna lie, they start working on our main cast. But of course, 3 things are consistent in this world: death, taxes, and random ninjas glazing Kakashi.
It's been a long time, Kakashi. Hope you're not planning to run like the last time.
Like shaboing boing, nigga, get the dick out your mouth. But they escape, which is when we learn that the princess has a very tragic backstory. Her family was killed by these snow ninjas, and she only survived because of our main man Kakashi over here. And that's when we learn that she's an actual princess and not just an actress. She's the princess of the Land of Snow. But that's for later, because they get to the next location to continue filming the movie when they find out that the princess has escaped. But Naruto was not playing that shit. He walks her ass down like DK Metcalf. He starts carrying her back to the site when train tracks appear randomly. And then a whole ass train shows up.
Is this nigga serious?
Now look, if you find yourself in this situation, let me give you a step-by-step tutorial on how to outrun a train. So first, when you want to push on the blocks, bust it up around the curve, build up your momentum, big arm, big leg, and then you want to go straight down the railroad tracks, you can't mess it up. And after following my tutorial, Naruto Uzumaki outruns a goddamn train. No cap, that's not that crazy when you think about it. I mean, LeBron James could do it. But anyways, it wasn't just a random train. This train contained the snow ninjas who proceeded to slaughter a full army of men in mere seconds. Almost putting on a Madara type performance. I had to sit back for a second, took off my glasses. I was in awe of what I was seeing. The rest of Team 7 then pull up after the fact to aid in the fight. However, it doesn't end before they kidnap the princess. But never fear, Captain Sabo is here because Naruto pulls up and he's already kidnapped. It didn't take that long. So now they imprison both Naruto and the princess. That is until the sad music starts kicking in and Naruto starts talking about that goddamn swing. And that's when you know it's grits for any nigga in the universe. He's undefeated with the swing set. They're like Kobe and Shaq. Swing set be out there going hee hee. So they break out of jail and the rest of Team 7 pull up to confront the big boss man. But the princess turns on them.
Psych a lot!
For 2 seconds, then she turns back on the guy, the big guy, stabbing him into the chest. But he was wearing armor, so it didn't matter. He then hits Naruto with a hard-ass uppercut and then tries running away with the princess. But see, in this movie, unfortunately for him, Naruto was listening to King Von the entire time. Because he still hawks this nigga down. He has bad intentions. You can't outrun this man. But he dispatches him Naruto pretty easily, until for once in his life, Sasuke pulls up and throws Naruto a crazy lob.
Naruto, his armor has been fractured. The rest is up to you.
And just like D-Wade and LeBron, Naruto throws that shit down.
Rasengan!
Ah! Killing the big boss. Oh yeah, and the other 3 were also defeated. I just don't talk about them because what kind of Mickey Mouse ass villain gets defeated by Part 1 Sakura? And just like that, the land of snow turns into the land of spring and we live happily ever after. Oh wait, and she's acting in that movie that Kakashi seems really excited for, which could only mean one thing. And Sasuke went back to his ore farming ways, waiting to give Naruto the princess's autograph after he regrets not asking her for the autograph. He was just holding that in his pocket for the perfect time, you know what I'm saying? He's just like me for real. But anyways, now the movie's really over and we can move on to the next. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, this movie was weak as hell. This movie starts off strong considering that it's post Sasuke sliming his homie out, which means in his place, the movie stars the GOAT, Shikamaru alongside Naruto and goddamn, what's her face? Yeah, her. They're on a mission to catch a ferret, which they do with ease, you know, because Shikamaru came up with the plan, obviously. Afterwards, they get ambushed by these dudes who low-key start working them. Just kidding, just Sakura. And because she's so unbelievably ass, Naruto and this guy who's the leader of these little guys over here, these other guys in armor, his name is Temujin, end up falling into this deep cavern after throwing hands with each other. Luckily for them, they get recovered by this old man in the village who actually hired Team 7 and Shikamaru in the first place to catch the ferret. However, Temujin leads Naruto to his home base, but he isn't the first shinobi to touch base there because Shikamaru already figured them out. Just more GOAT activities from him. He already sniffed it out before the main character. That's how you know this nigga's tough. And not only that, he found out that they out here kidnapping kids. Somebody call Gideon because this crew needs to be on EDP watch. And luckily, Gaara is not playing that shit. And Kankuro, he's there too. They pull up to put an end to this madness. But they end up getting their shit worked. I can't even lie. After running away, Kaiko turns on our group and kidnaps the old man and the leader of the village so that he can activate the Stone of Galil. At least I think that's what he's doing. I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention. I've been eating this fuzzy taco. The bad guys, they think they've won. You know, they're already up. They celebrating. We did it! Looking ass. That is until the sad music starts playing and Naruto starts talking about that goddamn swing. And that's when you know it's grits. You know he's undefeated with the swing set. They're like Luka and Kyrie. You know the swing set going hee. Also, why is Shikamaru making that face? I don't know, I just thought it was funny. Anyway, Sakura dispatches of the big bads and she actually outsmarts her, so I'll give her respect where it's due. Shikamaru comes up with a brilliant plan on the other side for the other one, and he and Kankuro quite literally cut this woman into 4 different sections, a brutal death. But do they care? No, Shikamaru's like Chris Paul, an elite passer in the Narutoverse. We have to put respect on his name. Anyways, Naruto puts on his typical Super Senna performance, out here getting worked until the last second when he pulls out his finishing move, the attitude adjustment, or in this case, the Rasengan. And we know when it hits, that's over.
That's
not gonna work on me! What? Oh no!
That was so ass.
That's not gonna work on me? Grr. Oh no!
And just like that, we saved the land of the wind and we can move on from this boring ass movie. Moving on to my second favorite movie in this entire marathon. We start off with the intro narrated by the Lady Tsunade, the 6th Hokage, brilliantly transitioning us into, wait, are these new outfits? Now hold up, y'all see me, right? Y'all know I'm drippy as hell, and as a certified dripologist, I have to properly rate these new fits the crew got on. Starting off with the main man Naruto, even though this lacks the sauce of the OG outfit, he low-key got a calm little fit on, a solid 6 out of 10. Now moving on to Sakura, I cannot deny, this fit is heat unfortunately, and it may be better than all of the actual fits that she's worn. Like in this, she actually looks tough, she looks like she can throw some hands, which she does in this movie, but we'll get to that later. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Now we got Rock Lee, our Sasuke replacement for this movie. And I'm not gonna lie, this man got sauced down. This fit is ass, it's atrocious, it's disgusting. Something about it just gives ass vibes. Like, Rock Lee already had drip only Rock in the main show could wear. But here, they were stretching it. I'm not gonna lie, he would've looked way better with a sleeveless shirt on like he rocks in Boruto. 2 out of 10. And finally Kakashi, 10 out of 10. I'm meat riding with no shame, let's move on. So our squad is tasked with escorting this prince and his son Hikaru. The prince being this very obese man and his son being this spoiled brat who gets everything what he wants. To prove this point further, they head off to a circus and Hikaru likes it so much that he has his father buy the entire damn circus. No, I am not joking. I wish my son would ask me to buy a circus. Nigga, I barely buy him McDonald's. But anyways, Hikaru liked it because of this saber-toothed tiger that was there, who he tries to befriend. But because it's a wild animal, obviously, it doesn't take too kindly to its captivity and almost kills the boy had Naruto not interfered. But the kid storms off, which pisses Naruto off because he didn't get a thank you. Afterwards, the prince goes to see his baby mama. But much to his chagrin, she's not too excited to see him, considering that he's gained a couple of pounds. You know, she's not Moto.
Michiru?
Of course it's me!
What? No! No, I don't believe it! You're too fat!
So they start loading the ship and Hikaru offers to buy Naruto, which makes Naruto crash out. And honestly, W crash out. I wouldn't let somebody offer to buy me either. But Naruto gets grounded because he punches this little dude in the head, which means that he doesn't get to eat, I guess. He doesn't even get to join in on the party they have on the boat, which gets trapped in a storm, causing the animals from the circus to fall off. But Naruto, Hikaru, Sakura, and Lee team up to save the animals. And because of this, they make a promise to become friends forever now. It's just like that. They gotta go through a traumatic experience to bond. That's also very real, W friendship. They arrive back at the kingdom to discover that the prince has been slimed out by his homeboy who killed the king. So they find the king dying in the cave. Like this is Shrek the Third. He's in the cave receiving medical attention from those who didn't turn his back on him until he takes his last breath. To make matters worse, the gang get jumped on the beach by 3 random ninjas who snaked the whole squad, doing Naruto the worst way. And I'm not gonna lie, they started washing everybody. It seemed to get bad out there. I thought it was over, almost hung my head in shame. I can't believe that these people are about to get packed up by some random movie villains. But fret not, cause that YNW Millie starts blasting. before kidnapping the new king, aka the prince. They pull up back into the kingdom to find the prince's homeboy once this nigga hung by jumper cables. However, the crew pull up for round 2, but this time they want all the smoke. They want they ones, even Sakura. But we'll get to her later. I told you. It only takes time. Because first we get a POV shot of Lee hitting that nigga with that fire for that! Lee starts working this nigga and moving back over to Sakura. She starts working her shit. Oh, okay, I see you, girl. She start beasting her up. Sakura is throwing hands and she low-key got me out of my seat now. Watching Sakura clips. This is crazy. Back to Lee and now he's got nunchucks. Oh! Now wait a second. Where were these when you were fighting Gaara? He would have whooped that nigga ass with some nunchucks. Now cut into Naruto. Damn, Printer, which fight are you calling? I'm calling both fights. Naruto starts getting his ass dog walked. I'm talking clones, himself, his dignity all shattering before his very eyes. Back to Sakura and she looks like she's down for the count. And now even Lee is losing. But these three made a promise.
I made a promise to a friend. I promise to protect him no matter what.
And for the first time in Naruto movie history, there is no mention of that damn swing set. Just pure and utter dog within them, growing, making them stronger, continuing the fight. Naruto with Kurama, Lee with the gates. Meanwhile, Sakura just locks the fuck in. I'm not even gonna lie. She was badass for this. Shotty hit Shotty ass with the right hook of hell. God damn. Okay, Sakura. Cut to Lee and oh shit, I missed it. The nigga's already dead. If you're wondering what Kakashi's doing, he's in the front yard casually winning a 1v500. No biggie. Back to Naruto. He's giving old buddy right here the beats by Dre, but the prince's fat ass just straight up breaks the plank, causing himself to hang. I'm not gonna lie, that's dark even for Naruto, but it doesn't last long because Hikaru cuts the rope and they fall safely on a pile of Narutos. Finally, to end the movie, because it seems like every movie has to have a final Rasengan, Naruto gets his leg immobilized, which means the prince has to carry Naruto to the villain in a low-key tough scene that ends with the villain being defeated. And just like that, Team 7 and Lee saved the kingdom and got a free vacation, which brings an end to the OG Naruto movies. And low-key, this was a cool little trilogy. Obviously, this all came out post-Rasengan, which means that Sasuke couldn't be around for most of them. But honestly, that's what makes them better. It would have been boring if the same three were here for the entire trilogy. Switching it up made it kind of better. But with that being said, it's time to move on to the Shippuden. And it's 7 movies. We start out this movie at Naruto's funeral? Yeah, Naruto dies at the start of the first Shippuden movie. Like, what the fuck is Neji doing here? I stopped by one of my biggest haters' funerals to make sure that nigga was dead head ass. But then we cut to the actual story where we find out our squad for this movie. Naruto, Sakura, and Lee return from the third movie, but their team leader this time around, get a load of this nigga, bro becomes a Jonin and thinks he's big bro now. Like, we didn't forget when Naruto chin checked the living hell out of you, my boy. You're not escaping that. But they get assigned on an escort mission to protect this priestess, who can see the future, specifically when people die. She tells everyone that Naruto is going to die via piercing through the chest. Honestly, she was close, same squad, but fortunately it ended up being Neji, thank God, because this fraud low-key pisses me off. He was only good for the Rock Lee spinoff, where lame characters like Tenten went to thrive. But let me get back on topic. The squad gets ambushed by this group of ninja who have these weird abilities to use different chakras that aren't theirs. They hit Neji with the good old-fashioned switcheroo earlier. He saw them use fire style jutsu, so he said let's travel through water, only for them to throw a water dragon at them.
Is this nigga serious?
And this is when the hands start getting thrown. Rock Lee is not one to waste time. He gets to throwing them hoes immediately, but this nigga is using cheat codes. But little does he know, he's fighting the original cheat code because Lee opens up 6 gates for this movie villain. Shit is never that serious. He's 2 gates away from killing himself. But maybe I got ahead of myself, cause this villain seemed to be a true crash out. He talking about how he liked that shit. You know, he's talking out here like more from RDC world. Shit is crazy.
This nigga is crazy.
Lee with his back against the wall popped this random chocolate that Guy Sensei gave him for emergency circumstances. That random chocolate ended up being a whiskey bomb, which means that we are getting drunk Lee for a short time. Because we cut to Sakura getting snuck by a knockoff Diddy Jutsu and almost gets the priestess killed had it not been for a personal bodyguard. Sakura going back to her ass ways, and niggas wondered why I called the OG movie villains Mickey. What kind of Mickey Mouse ass villain gets defeated by Part 1 Sakura? Night falls and Neji, Sakura, and Lee distract the ninjas while Naruto goes with the priestess to seal away the bad guy. Naruto uses the Mega Jumpa Nigga no Jutsu to deal with these soldiers while the priestess goes inside. However, she gets outsmarted by the bad guy, so she's forced to sacrifice herself for the greater good. But Naruto said he wasn't gonna let her die. In an earlier scene, he was rizzing her up. He low-key just like the rest of us for real. He was just making promises he knew damn well he couldn't keep to impress the Huds. That's not that ridiculous. But don't worry, cause Kakashi and Guy, Shikamaru, Tamari take over Naruto's job of fighting the CGI rock soldiers. So Naruto can go in and save the priestess. And while he does that, he gives her one of his powerful speeches. And with that, you know it's over for the villain. When Naruto starts flapping his gums, go ahead and hit that Rasengan, my boy. And let's head home.
I'm a little taste of Shion's in my Super Chakra Rasengan!
And with that, we save the priestess, and as a gift, we get a post-credit scene, Marvel style. And the priestess turns into Nick Fury, telling Naruto she's trying to build a team of priestesses, sis. But the only problem is the power can only be transferred to the next generation. So I don't really understand how she's gonna manage to do that. Wait, is she offering the fuck? So this movie starts out with Sasuke doing some slight aura farming, posing for the camera and shit, thinking these IG flicks was tough. Immediate cut to the Leaf Village being bombed. True devastation, and look at Tsunade, froze up with no idea what the fuck she finna do. Another reason why Jiraiya should have been in office, not this fraud. But we'll get to that in the next movie. We figure out these bombers are Sky Ninja, and Tsunade deploys Shikamaru and Kakashi to come up with a plan to defeat these guys, which begs the question, then what the fuck are you Hokage for? To do paperwork? Kiba can do that shit. But anyways, the real squad we're worried about is Naruto, Sakura, and Hinata. Nice change of pace, if I do say so myself. If it weren't for the fact that neither Sakura or Hinata throw any hands in this movie. As a matter of fact, Hinata opens up her Byakugan one time during this mission. Not to fight, but to confirm something Sakura already saw. They did Hinata so dirty in this movie, but we'll get to that later. Our team is tasked with assisting 2 doctors, one being Dr. Shino and his apprentice Amaru. I can't lie, Amaru is just every Naruto character introduced in filler ever. They start off beefing with Naruto, then become extremely close by the end of it all, and never get mentioned again. Cut back to the village and Sai is sent to distract the Sky Ninja while Shikamaru comes up with a formal plan. And Sai just low-key ends up squad wiping the Sky Ninja for the most part. Meanwhile, Orochimaru is dying of AIDS and is requesting help from Dr. Shino. And rather than letting this rotten bastard die, Sasuke agrees to go retrieve him, the doctor. Our squad makes it to Amaru's village to find out that it's already been ambushed by the Sky Ninja, and the doctor is killed by a booby trap set by the Sky Ninja. Rest in peace, Doc. No disrespect. This then sends Amaru into a frenzy, revealing that she is the Zero Tails. Yes, she has a full beast inside of her, the Zero Tails, that once again, I don't remember it being mentioned ever again. But it doesn't matter because she ends up dogging Sakura, leading to Naruto once again bailing her out. And of course he uses Talk no Jutsu to save Amaru, because why would we be throwing hands in a Naruto movie? And it seemed like we were gearing up for a fight between the Sky Ninja and the Leaf Village, until Shino shows up out of nowhere and simply tells everyone he handled it. And we cut to the destruction of an entire army by way of Shino's bugs, which begs the question of what the point of deploying a squad for this was, when it seems like Sai and Shino handled it pretty well on their own. Shino seems to have done this without Shikamaru's knowledge, so it's not like this was planned. Anyways, we cut back to see that the doctor is alive and well, but Naruto smells bullshit. And he ends up being right as the doctor details his master plan, even explaining that he is the king of the Sky Ninja, and they were working for him the whole time. This is when we slow it down because low-key, this fight scene is tough. Naruto starts off doing his typical Naruto start, running straight into the enemy, which ends up being his downfall because the doctor hits this nigga with not one, not two, not three, but 5 hooks to the chin, finishing off with a gut punch, knocking the wind out of this nigga, bro. Naruto summons more clones to jump at him, only for him to take all of them out with pure aura. But Naruto is not phased. He used to hang with a nigga like Sasuke and Kakashi. He knows what real aura feels like. So he hits this nigga with a nasty headbutt and starts dogging his ass. But once again, the doctor is unfazed. He ends up hitting Naruto so hard, they cut to this nigga on all fours. Throwed it up. No, he was not throwed it up. They cut to him on all fours, tooted up on his throne. The ultimate form of disrespect. I had to take my hat off. He then put his knee damn near through this nigga ribcage, leaving him winded. He even starts talking shit, telling Naruto to hit him with the Nine Tails power. Naruto refuses, so he puts that nigga in a 4-piece combo, no sauce. Naruto gets up and tries to use Talk no Jutsu, but this nigga is pure evil, so he don't give a damn. So Naruto hits him with a clean ass right hook, but that nigga eats that shit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. At this point, the doctor's emoting. He's having his J.R. Smith, I thought we were up moment. But the rage bait was too effective because Naruto hits this nigga with a mean ass right hook, has him looking goofy. Naruto then makes him eat meat for dessert and hits him with the same gut punch that knocks the wind out of him. Naruto is making a 3-1 comeback of a lifetime, but then Sasuke pulls up and steals all the doctor's aura, making this nigga look hideous. This is what true aura is right here. Now, at this point in the movie, you might be asking, wait, where did Hinata go? Where's she been off to? She kind of disappeared at the beginning of the story, and that's because for half of the movie, Hinata was trapped with civilians. Yes, you heard me correctly. Hinata Hyuga was pretty much an NPC for half the movie. To make matters worse, when Naruto and Sasuke save everyone, she yells out Sasuke's name, only for him to go Hollywood and completely ignore her. Also, yes, the doctor was defeated by aura. That's it. The nigga died because Sasuke had too much aura. And just like that, the Leaf Village can rest easy once again, safe from danger. Oh, and Sasuke just leaves without telling anyone else besides Naruto and Hinata. Naruto just kind of lets him go and said something that we'll never get the answer for because this movie isn't canon, so fuck it, I guess. I'm moving on.
I promise, I'm gonna bring you back to the Leaf.
So this movie starts off with the base Team 7 for the first time since the first movie. They go on a mission that ends with both Naruto and Sai getting injured. While they're in the hospital recovering, the villain makes his grand entrance, showing up in the sky, putting the Leaf Village in another crisis, the Naruto's universe version of Gotham. He expresses how he wants the strongest Kekkei Genkai in the Leaf, which of course is Kakashi. You see, this dude has the ability to absorb jutsu, which means we can't defeat him normally. So both Kakashi and Tsunade agreed that Kakashi must suicide bomb this guy to save the Leaf. Kakashi heads to the graveyard to talk to Obito and starts looking up for some reason, even though we know damn well ain't shit up there, Obito ass is down below. But he runs into Shikamaru and informs him of the plan and tells him to tell Naruto not to follow him. Later, Kakashi makes his exit and Naruto goes to stop him, and of course Shikamaru stops him because he was ordered by Kakashi, but he also puts him in prison. He got that nigga in a straitjacket. He got this nigga looking crazy. But Sakura catches wind of this because even she can smell the bullshit. So she pulls one of her first GOAT moves in about 3 movies and lets Naruto out of jail so they can both go track down Kakashi. Shikamaru catches wind of this and brings together an elite squad to bring the two of them back. No offense, but this team is very hit and miss. Don't get me wrong, this team has some gems. But what happens if Kiba tries to stop Naruto? He's cooked. He couldn't even run the ones with Sakura. I'm sorry. That's disrespectful as hell. Anyways, they catch up to Naruto and Sakura to try and turn them around, but they are not listening. And Rock Lee, being the real nigga that he is, tries to stick up for the two. He low-key asking the questions that we all want to ask. Shikamaru over here explaining why we gotta stop them. Rock Lee just saying, but why? They just trying to get their nigga back. Rock Lee over here said, I do the same thing too. Shikamaru goes, I'm not gonna lie, I would do it too. So what are we here fighting for? I'll tell you what, Neji is a bitch boy and 10-10 exists in this equation. So they just go ahead with the plan. But Naruto and Sakura manage to get away with help from Sai, who joins them, only to end up running into Gaara. I know Naruto's butthole puckered a little bit when he saw him, absolute terror. It's justified too because Gaara starts nonchalantly beating his ass. But Naruto hits his ass with a good right hook so hard that it makes this nigga switch teams. Had this nigga Gaara talking about this nigga Naruto's philosophies and shit. But Shikamaru was not hearing that shit. Told him cut the yap. Told that nigga Gaara, I don't care who stands in my way. I'ma defend the Leaf Village, even if that means I gotta kill Naruto. Oh hell nah, this nigga talking like a villain right now.
This nigga is crazy.
It's hardly even used in Anbu, even as a last resort.
Wait, Kakashi-sensei willingly agreed to that?
That's right.
He catches up to Team 7, who caught up to Kakashi, and gives them one last warning before he does jack shit. He folds like Embiid in the playoffs. All that shit he was talking to Gaara, and this nigga Naruto low-key made him look like a dumbass. This entire movie, Shikamaru was talking about how protecting the children of the Leaf is the most important thing, even if it means sacrificing his allies. Naruto then starts spitting that hot shit, talking about how protecting the kids also means protecting our allies, because those same kids could one day grow up and be the ones sacrificed. We gotta find solutions that don't involve sacrifice. And after spitting that hot shit, Shikamaru is stunned. Over 200 IQ for what? Nigga got smoked by the biggest dumbass in the village. Next to Kiba, of course. They stop Kakashi's sacrifice, which low-key pisses him off. It's that nigga Naruto with a mean-ass side-eye, god damn. But with the power of Naruto plot armor, Naruto hits the villain with a Rasen Shuriken, so strong he just can't absorb it. And just like that, oh wait, also everybody fought these side villains that were fodder and just there to give them something to do, because in reality, they do nothing this whole movie. There's also this extremely funny post-credits scene where everyone accuses Naruto and Kakashi of being gay.
You know, you're a lot like him.
What's that? Why are you grinning like that? You're really weirding me out.
Huh?
I'm shocked.
Huh? What?
I knew the two of you have always been close, but still.
Sometimes, after sharing a very intense situation, it says here, love can blossom. But it says nothing about men.
Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding.
Huh? No, that isn't what I meant.
Sensei told me. That is simply another part of youth.
I always suspected something like that was going on.
What? Huh? Ah! Oh, come on! Give me a break here!
Naruto, wait, it's just a misunderstanding. Come back!
Now!
Naruto, please!
Now!
But anyways, that's the Wheel of Fire out of the way. It's time to move on to the last movie of this part.
I'm going to be greater than any of you. Me!
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I tried watching this movie 3 times and each time I fell asleep. This movie has a good premise of Naruto time traveling back in time to help Minato with the mission to save this princess, but the execution is so ass, I can't even review it. There's so much just talking rather than, you know, fighting, which is what Naruto is kind of known for. So there's not much to review in this movie because I couldn't even watch it. Less work for me, I guess. We start out chilling in the hidden cloud village until this masked figure comes and attacks everyone, including the Raikage. And finally, we get a reveal that shocks the world, because the masked figure is Naruto Uzumaki. We cut back to the Leaf Village and Tsunade is questioning Naruto about the attacks on the Cloud Village, revealing that Naruto attacked multiple different villages. Naruto swears he wasn't responsible for any of these, but no one is hearing him out. Not even Kakashi wants to hear that nigga. He wants that nigga locked up behind bars. They send him to be locked up on the island home of the famous Hozuki Castle, a prison known for not letting anyone out. Now, you'd think while the Leaf Village is investigating Naruto's allegations, they would lock him into a prison in their village, you know, and not immediately send him to the highest security lockdown prison, but I guess not. Let's just send him off. Naruto checks into the prison and they immediately get to violate.
Hey, shorty, I'll see you in the yard later.
That spiky hair.
Can I see you as my crush? I will not judge.
Shorty, I'll see you in the yard later.
They strip him down so they can search him, but the prison guard here is a Diddy disciple. He tells Naruto to start jumping up and down for him. Now, obviously, Naruto isn't carrying anything, but that's not enough for the guards, so they strip this nigga booty naked. Afterwards, the movie consists of Naruto's attempts to escape the prison while the story lingers in the background. The main story of the movie is that the head of the prison, this dude called Muku, has sacrificed his son to obtain this box thing that gives you one wish, but it didn't work because his chakra was too weak. Or something like that, I don't know. So he framed Naruto to use the Nine Tails chakra to open the box and get the one wish you are granted. Naruto and these two people devise a plan to escape the prison, which consists of starting a riot to distract Muku. But the plan fails and Muku successfully drains the Nine Tails chakra out of Naruto, allowing him to use the box and its one wish. The wish he makes is to see his son again, and he emerges from the box, but he has been turned evil by the box and starts terrorizing people. Naruto summons Gamabunta to help fight the sun, but he's Weave Nation certified. He's actually untouchable.
I can never beat that thing. The box is controlling Satori.
No one's...
Yo, why does track go hard? Anyways, Gamabunta gets his ass kicked. I'm talking he gets dog walked. Like, he's getting smacked up and down around. He's about to get 4-0 swept until Killer Bee pulls up, and we find out that the entire Leaf Village is here to back up Naruto. First of all, why is Team Guy Aura farming so hard? We see you. We can see the fits. Damn. Second, get a load of what Lady Tsunade says the plan was.
What?
That's right. No one ever really suspected you of being an assassin.
See, we thought if we told you, you'd go berserk and do something dumb as usual.
Glad to see you made it, Mr. Killer Bee, sir. Welcome.
What the what?
My mission was to keep an eye on the Box of Paradise and steal it if I ever got the chance. Meanwhile, I was supposed to make sure nothing happened to you, and I succeeded.
But then why'd you try to kidnap me out of my cell that first night?
If things had gone bad, I would have saved you.
By doing what?
Doesn't matter. It's a moot point. You're all right. That's the main thing.
And y'all wondered why in the last video I called her a fraud. She may be the worst Hokage, only lower than her racist ass uncle. She basically sacrificed Naruto and prayed that he would survive. Like, if everyone was so sure Naruto didn't do it, why not send some Anbu to the prison? Why send the exact person they want without telling him why he's there? Bro jumped into raging water and fought Muku. Either of those could have resulted in death. This plan was just flimsy. Bro, let's just end the movie, man. Muku holds his son down so that he can die alongside him, and Naruto hits them both with a large Rasengan, bringing an end to Muku and his son. The prisoners attempt to escape, but the Leaf Shinobi said, absolutely not. You're not getting out of this. And with that, Naruto is accepted back into the Leaf Village, and this brings an end to Naruto Blood Prison.
What the hell are you staring at?
You a transvestite?
The movie starts out with the Leaf Village fending off the Akatsuki alongside Kakashi and Guy. Shikamaru's trying to make a plan, but he should have thought of it before getting here because Naruto immediately reaches deep into his bag for a Rasengan.
The data about them, but still. I'm prepared, awaiting instructions. God. What?
They calmly defeat the Akatsuki and return to the Leaf Village where everyone's parents greet them. But Naruto is kinda an orphan, so he gets a little depressed. He tries to eat ramen and confide in Iruka sensei, but Iruka is of no help. And to make matters worse, the ramen has no Naruto in it.
You take bamboo shoots and ferment them, and then you...
Great, so it's rotten bamboo, huh?
You're the one being really rotten right now.
Hey!
Iruka, respectfully, sit your ass down. Naruto will turn you into a past tense sentence with Sage Mode alone. Naruto storms out and begins to walk home when he overhears an argument between Sakura and her parents. Sakura then leaves and runs into Naruto and decides that they're going on a date right now. This date is obviously a ploy for Sakura to vent about her parents to Naruto. And I just gotta say, venting to an orphan about your parents is it's a little crazy.
Why couldn't I have different parents? Ones I could respect like everyone else has. I'd be better off without them.
Okay, I think that you're going a bit too far now.
What? Oh, so you're gonna take their side, huh?
No, I just think that...
Why did it have to be you that's here with me right now? If If Sasuke were here, he'd definitely understand how I feel.
You mean the other orphan with dead parents? You jackass. But before he could get mad, Madara shows up and traps him into a smaller version of the Edo Tensei. Immediately things seem off. Shino talks more, Kiba hates dogs, and Hinata...
If you lay your hands on him, I'll kill you.
Yeah, Sakura, I suggest sleeping with one eye open. It seems like the world is pretty much the opposite of the real world. I mean, Shikamaru is fat and dumb, Choji is thin and smart, Ino is shy, Neji's a pervert, Sasuke still Sasuke still Aura farms. You know, well, I guess some things never change. I guess some things just gotta stay the same. Oh, and Rock Lee wears 10-10's underwear. Oh, and Naruto's parents are alive. Probably could have just skipped to that and not the whole underwear thing. Yeah, in this universe, Sakura's parents are dead and Naruto's parents are alive, but Naruto attempts to fight it off until they can leave the dream. Sakura, meanwhile, is enjoying being the hero of the leaf for a while. Jiraiya in this universe can't catch a break. I'm not gonna lie, no matter what universe you're in, this might be the canon event, because Jiraiya is still very much dead. He still gets packed up by pain. However, leaving one last thing for our group to collect, a scroll that could possibly help them get home. Naruto, Sakura, Minato, Kushima, Guy, and Kakashi all set out to retrieve the skull, but get held up by Gamabutsu and the frogs. Naruto tries to fight him and almost gets cooked had his mom not stepped in, which makes Minato lock in. He uses flying Raijin to get past the frogs and retrieve the scroll, and begins to scold Naruto, who ends up giving him a little attitude. And Minato is not playing that shit, smacking the shit out of him in the most nonchalant way possible. His hands didn't even move. Naruto at this point falls for this hook, line, and sinker. He is happy with his parents. He doesn't want to leave. And I just want to say this right now. Toby, who, is Madara, quote unquote, you have a special place in, I'm not gonna lie, Obito, you have a special place in hell for this moment. Like, hey, bro, like, you might have been, talking no jutsu and everything. I don't give a damn. You're going to hell. However, Sakura gets kidnapped and his parents tell him she's not worth it. Now, on one hand, they're right. But on the other hand, this is extremely out of character for his parents. So he finally comes to terms with the fact that this world isn't real and sets off to save Sakura with help from the Akatsuki, because apparently in this world, they're all good guys. And honestly, I like that timeline. We might have to say in this world, that's kind of overpowered. The Leaf got the Akatsuki on their side. Like, that's, I mean, at that point, like, it's grits if these niggas start a war. Now, Naruto ends up confronting the big bad from this universe, who happens to be Naruto. So now Naruto and Naruto start fighting, and Naruto low-key starts beating Naruto's ass, but Naruto locks in and gets the better of Naruto, hitting him with the booty blasting Rasengan, only for it to be Madara, aka Toby, aka Obito, who sends him back to the real Leaf village because he got a little too annoyed with them, and they're obviously not sticking to this world. Also, I don't think the Edo Tensei lasted. But anyway, Sakura reconciles with her parents.
So, Sakura, next time can we go on a real date?
Are you kidding?
Naruto.
Step back one-legged. What kind of shot is that? Have you ever shot that shot? Do you work on that shot?
Naruto goes home to be greeted by Iruka Sensei, leaving Naruto in tears, and with that, Naruto Road to Ninja comes to an end.
No way. Mom and Dad, you're alive.
This movie is literally perfect. This movie is the love story between Hinata and Naruto, and it has Naruto come to terms with the fact that he's been ignoring Hinata and not acknowledging all the things she's done for him, like the ointment at the Chunin exams or running ones with pain. I cannot emphasize how much I want you to watch this movie. Not only is it emotionally great and the voice direction really lets the character shine, I mean, look at me using fancy words. The more mellow tone in Naruto, or even Hinata having more personality.
What's up?
It's nothing at all.
Come on, what is it?
Really, it's nothing.
Fine then, don't tell me.
Okay, I won't.
Shikamaru being slightly more energetic, it just shows how much these characters have matured, even if Naruto has an abysmal haircut. And Shikamaru looks 45 years old. Damn, 19 has aged you, man. But you know what, let's go over the story real quick. Hinabi gets kidnapped by Tonori Otsutsuki, hopefully I said that right, who wants to destroy the earth, and in order to do that, he needs to collect a shit ton of Byakugans, and he needs to marry the Byakugan princess. That person being Hinata, who he asked to marry, after getting a hold of her obviously. She thinks over it and comes to the conclusion that the best option to save Hinabi and the earth is to marry him. However, Naruto confesses his love to her, before Tonari can come and collect his woman, and unfortunately, Hinata has to reject him. Not only that, Tonari beats Naruto's ass afterwards. Now at this point, imagine you're Naruto, right? You've taken 2 L's, right? You're out here moping around and being depressed. You just got your ass beat. He just took your girl. And to make matters worse, you almost die, you know? You like that could make that could make anybody crash out. But Naruto just got depressed. So that's when Shikamaru shows up and becomes the realest nigga I know. This speech that Shikamaru proceeds to give Naruto back on his feet, legendary. Damn, Naruto, you giving up just like that? You gonna let him take your girl? Shit, might as well let him take your headband from you too. Hey, Shikamaru, watch your mouth before I slap that nasty ass bun off your damn head, bro. You should have slapped the nigga who took your girl, but I guess this whole time Naruto Uzumaki was a bitch. And you know what happens when niggas hear that B word? Either they crash out or lock in. Naruto chose option B, storming the castle and stopping the wedding. I object! Man, nigga, you don't get your lame ass. Naruto frees Hinata while Sakura and Sai free Hanabi. And then Naruto and Tonari get the squabbling. Naruto low-key starts working this dude, and honestly, I would too. Did you not listen to what the last 2 things he just did to this bro? I would work him as well. I would hit him with 15 tail beast bombs, 17 giant Rasengans, and I might just hit him in the chin 1 time with my fist, just to make sure my anger really gets let out. However, rather than killing him and, you know, really just beating him into a bloody pulp, Naruto uses Talk no Jutsu on him and talks him down from destroying the earth. The movie ends with one final run through the history of Naruto and Hinata, ending with the final scene of them. The movie ends with one final run through the history of Naruto and Hinata, ending with the one last scene of them kissing. And just like that, not only is the end of Naruto the last, but this spells the end of Naruto as a whole.
Where exactly is the entrance?
Why don't we just knock and ask them?
Man, this marathon was one hell of a trip. And huh? What do you mean Boruto counts? Yeah, it is named Boruto, a Naruto movie. I guess one more movie wouldn't hurt. Bro, y'all have heard the story of Boruto before. I shouldn't have to explain to you how controversial it was on release. People hated this movie and it wasn't even the movie's fault. It was because of the anime that got off to a historically bad start, turning so many people off to the show. The movie, however, is actually pretty great. We start off getting introduced to Boruto Uzumaki, the nephew of Neji Hyuga, which means unfortunately he inherited the bitch-ass hating-ass nigga gene. Now this gene is caused by anyone who is a Hyuga and has a hate for Naruto passionately. Now to be fair to Boruto, he's vindicating his hate when Naruto attempts to send a shadow clone to his daughter Himawari's birthday, but runs out of energy, causing the clone to disappear and drop her birthday cake on the ground. This nigga Naruto really grew up to be Anthony Edwards. So in order to impress his dad, Boruto cheats in his tuning exams, and honestly, I blame Tencent for letting Naruto get to the finals. You saw that a Genin new water release and lightning release along with shadow clone jutsu, and even acknowledged that he didn't use any hand signs.
Wow, he's good. Leave it to Lord Seventh Son. I couldn't even see him weaving any signs.
And you still let that nigga through? She might be the lowest IQ person in the show. Now, Naruto obviously figures out Boruto, also because, you know, he kind of has a mom with x-ray vision. So, like, I don't know why you thought hiding some under your sleeve was gonna make it any better. Your mom can see through everything. Like, Boruto, you can't even masturbate in your room. Like, oh, and also because, like, this nigga generated hundreds of shadow clones while under shadow paralysis. Like Boruto, you probably could have been a little bit more strategic there. Like 100 shadow clones while you're under paralysis, no hand signs. Like, okay, all right, bro. You gonna do that in front of the Hokage? Like, he can't notice you? He can see you. Naruto revokes his headband, his ninja hood, and his manhood, all in front of thousands of people in the stands. So Boruto then blames everything on Naruto, saying that he's never there for him, and that's why he was seeking Sasuke to be his teacher, even though Sasuke ain't a good father his damn self. However, this bitching session comes to an end when Momoshiki pulls up and kidnaps Naruto. And Boruto, of course, feels like shit now. And then Sasuke pulls up to make him feel slightly better, I guess. Damn, you really a bitch, huh? They stripped you of your manhood, your headband, and they took your pops. Aren't you supposed to be making me feel better? Huh? Oh, yeah, but there's like one thing I like about you, Boruto. You know, you don't like losing. I'd imagine a lot of people don't like losing. All right, you know what? Come help me save your daddy, because I'm trying my hardest to put you on and make you something great. The people already hate you. God damn, you being mad ungrateful right now. Okay, damn. But at this point, you know how the story ends with Sasuke and Naruto throwing elite hands with Momoshiki. You've all seen the video by Codename Super. and I don't really need to remake it right here. Plus, that's less work for me because this video was getting long as hell. So they throw their hands. Boruto throws the big Rasengan at Momoshiki. And with that brings an end to Boruto, the Naruto movie, and officially brings an end to my Naruto movies marathon. Now it's time for the ranking section of this video. I separated the movies into 6 tiers so that I can make it easier to separate them. I've ranked all 11 in order, and this is my formal opinion on all of them. Also, my list is, it's not my opinion, it's complete facts. So if you want to argue it, then leave your argument down in the comments down below. So at number 11, in an abysmal tier, we have the Naruto movie, The Lost Tower. I don't know, I shouldn't have to explain why I didn't like this movie. I couldn't even finish it. I kept going to sleep on it. It's so boring. It's such a snooze fest. If you like this movie, hey, you can tell me why down in the comments down below, but I really don't know why anyone would. Especially because there are other movies, or not other movies, plural, but there's another movie in this on this list that has Minato in it and Naruto working with him that is so much better than this one. Coming in at number 10, we have Naruto Blood Prison. This movie was just, again, boring. It was really not a lot happening. I don't know. A lot of the bad movies on the list, it's not really that they're bad. It's just that nothing happens. And in this movie, just like most of them, it's just a lot of lollygagging until the end. And then we get the last fight that is, it's kind of cool. It's pretty good. It's decent, but it's not great. It's nothing that, you know, it's groundbreaking. At number 9, we have Naruto 2, The Stone of Galil. This was the first movie without Sasuke. It's the movie that stars Shikamaru. It should be up there for me, all right, man? No Sasuke, a lot of Shikamaru, man. I should love it, but it just, man, this movie just didn't hit. I don't know what it is, but it just didn't hit. It's in the boring tier because it was a lot of lollygagging, you know, at the beginning especially. It couldn't kick into gear fast enough for my liking. You know, maybe that's TikTok brain. Coming in at number 8, we have Naruto Shippuden 2 Bonds. This movie, again, it wasn't half bad. It wasn't boring. It didn't take too long to kick into gear. You know, it had very low points. And also, I really just don't like it for its misuse of Hinata. And, you know, that really just upsetted me. So I can't really be too mad about that. I mean, other than that, the movie's fine. It's good, nice. It's mid. You know what I'm saying? That's where it is, mid tier, and that's where it's gonna stay. Because right next to it in mid tier, we have the first Naruto movie, Ninja Clash in the Land of Snow. Now, I do like this movie. Don't get me wrong. This movie is fun, and it's pretty good. You know, all things considered. But the problem is, man, comparing it to the movies that come after this, I just can't say it's above those. You know, this is a mid movie in comparison, especially. I thought it was setting the bar to where Naruto movies should be. And I think it did set the bar. I think it set the bar for what a Naruto movie at the least should be. You know, decent action, decent talking, decent characters. And it started our main 4. You know, I can't even hate on that. We never got a movie with the main 4 ever again. Now moving on to the movies that I do like. You know, the above average movies. We have the Naruto Road to Ninja at number 5. And that is because this movie is super funny. I think this movie is hilarious. For all the wrong reasons. This movie was enjoyable to watch. It gave me a decent hoot and a holler. And I think that if you were looking for a movie with Minato in it, rather than watching The Lost Tower, watch Road to Ninja. This one is more fun than that one. Now coming in at number 5, we have Naruto Will of Fire. Again, another Shippuden movie. This one is actually good because it has a lot of action. It gets straight into the action. I would say the only thing that holds it back from being great is that we never formally got the Shikamaru versus Naruto fight, or the Team 7 versus Team Guy or Team 10 or whatever. They kind of all just never put their hands on each other. They're like, Naruto, stop. And then Naruto's like, no. And they're like, dang, we can't do anything about it. Like, I really wish we would have gotten more hands from the other teams. But we still got hands in this movie, which is very important because some of these movies just straight up didn't give you any hands. So smooth number 5. And number 4, we have the Boruto movie. And man, this movie is nice. It's a great introduction to Boruto. It is what the anime should have just went after. I don't think the anime should have started before this. The movie should have went out. This movie should have went out. And then the anime should have followed after this movie. There is no reason that this movie just gets replayed in the anime. This movie is held back a ton by the fact that it's Boruto. But if you want to give Boruto a chance, if you're someone looking to give Boruto a chance, jump in like 40 episodes in after watching this movie first. But now let's get to upper echelon at number 3. We have Naruto 3, Guardians of the Crescent Moon. I can't lie, bro. This movie was my number 1 for the longest. And that's simply because, man, the new fits, this movie is fun. It is lower on the action than I remember it being. But at the same time, I still can't be too mad at the movie because the characters in it, the side characters are actually good this time. You know, the side characters of the prince and his son, these guys are actually, you know, interesting to look at and talk about rather than all the other filler side characters in all the other ones. This one's actually interesting. Now, at number 2, we have Naruto Shippuden Movie 1, or aka Naruto the Movie Shippuden. I think that's how it's supposed to be called. This movie, again, another great one. It has a lot of hands, great hands, decent hands. Being thrown, a good side character in the priestess. She's actually a good side character. But really, it emphasizes action like movies should do. You know, it's kind of crazy how a Naruto movie emphasizes action. But man, y'all are gonna be mad at me because I did all this talk about emphasizing action because number 1 on the list is Naruto the Last, the movie with probably not too much action until the very end. As a matter of fact, I think it has no action until the end. At the end, that's when they start throwing hands. But, you know, from the beginning on, it's really just a lot of talking. But the problem with this, or the good thing about this, is that the talking is actually good. It's Naruto and Hinata going back and forth, Shikamaru, Sakura, you know, really playing into Naruto and Hinata. And it just, I said it already in the review, but if there was a movie that I'd ever recommend you to watch, that is a Naruto movie, this will be the one. I urge you to go watch the movie if you know anything about Naruto. This movie is a 10 out of 10. All right, I'd watch it over again, you know, forever. And with the ranking portion done, that is the end of my Naruto movie series. If you supported this series throughout, man, I really appreciate you. You have no idea how much impact you've had on my channel and my life. Thank you so much. The Naruto content isn't slowing down. I know I said in the last video I don't want to hear Rasengan ever again, but you know what? I'm going to ride this Naruto wave just a little bit longer. So if you haven't seen my recent community post, then I urge you to go over there, leave your Naruto hot takes. If you have any, please do not comment them here. If you do, that's fine, but it would just be so much easier and more organized if you leave them over there in the community post. Anyways, if you like the video, for watching my content and you're not subscribed, why are you not subscribed? And this is Printer, and I'm signing out.
Girl, what do you want from me? Yeah.